Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Hunter Call of the Wild. My name's Dig, and in today's episode, we're going to be helping Hope by getting 3 black-tailed deer for him so he can fill up his freezers again, because in the last episode, he had his freezers and stuff broken into and his storage of food was gone. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and show you what we unlocked in between last episode and this episode. So we now have the Coleman 22 Hornet, as well as the Hyperion 4x8x42 scope, and that just gives us a little bit better of a zoom for our rifles, as well as it doesn't take up as much of the screen when you're zooming in, which is very nice. But as you can see, it does a pretty good job of zooming in. This probably won't allow me to take too much further range shots than we already do, but it'll just give me a little bit extra zoom to make better shots. As you can see, it is about 5, almost 6 o'clock now, and it's pretty early in the morning, but we have a couple of blacktail zones in the area, and I'm going to throw out some calls and hope we can get a few more to show themselves. It is still pretty early, but hopefully we'll be able to find a couple of more zones. They probably be bedding down right now, so we will have to take that in consideration, but they may go ahead and give us some mating calls back, which is what I'm looking for. As always, when I'm walking around and looking for animals, I'm trying to also spot their need zones so I can have them for later and be able to do more planned hunts. That's the pity of being a new player or on a new save, is you have to unlock all of your need zones first before you can really start doing some good hunting. I don't really enjoy stalking as much. I would much rather have a stand set up somewhere and have the animals be called into my stand and harvest them that way. Also, something if you did not know, by using the bow or by using a stand or a blind, including the ones that are already included built into the maps, you're able to harvest up to 15 animals from one need zone before it gets deleted. Whereas if you use a gun, I think it's like 3 or 4 or something like that, maybe more, where it gets deleted from the map, and then you'll have to go ahead and re-find it again. I really love missions where they have you harvesting the animals for food rather than what seems like sport or for management of some sort, whether or not they're being pests or whatever they decide that they need to be harvested for. And that's why I started the new series on the Parque Fernando Reserve, and if you haven't seen that yet, please go ahead and check it out. It's one of my favorite videos that I've done so far, and I really enjoyed making it. And that reserve storyline is very much focused around harvesting the animals for meat and various different feasts and things like that, and I think you guys will have a lot of fun watching. Looks like we got some jackrabbits up ahead of us, which is actually kind of interesting because I haven't had the chance to try out the new Hornet rifle yet, and this might go ahead and give me the chance to do that if we can get them in a spot where they slow down. However, I don't want to scare away any blacktail that might be in the area, so let me go ahead and scan around and see if I can't find some before I take a shot on some of these rabbits. Let's see what this feed zone is. I have a feeling it might be elk. There's a lot of elk in this area, but it could be blacktail. Oh, it is blacktail. It's actually a singular blacktail. That's interesting. Now, is that a male or a female? I said in the last episode when we were doing on Leighton Lake, I was having a lot of solo female need zones, which is kind of interesting. They're usually supposed to be in large herds, but these are all solo. It's kind of concerning. I don't know if there's something weird with my map or if that's a common occurrence. Oh, but it looks like this is now just a full herd blacktail. So maybe she was just eating alone and that's why it marked that as a single. Unless there's 2 zones here. No, so there's just 1 zone. And what time is that for? 12 to 16. So that's a lot later than when we are now. We're low on funds, so I'm not going to go back and reset the time, but that will be good to know for later. And the reason we're so low on funds is because I bought the scope and I bought that rifle, which definitely brings us down a lot lower on funds. Right now, I'm working towards unlocking the 4570 for a video that I want to do, as well as just a really nice rifle. And the bow sight, because it's really hard to take good accurate shots with the single pin without zeroing. I was really kind of banking on finding some blacktail down by the water here, but there really doesn't seem to be anything here, which is kind of interesting. It's probably the wrong time for them, which I don't know any better than that because I've not really hunted blacktail all that often. But that's why we're doing the missions, is because I need the money. Also, it's nice to get the rifle score as well. I just got a coyote warning call, and I'm hearing some footsteps. I think it's right behind this rock. Oh, I just got spooked. More than one? Kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? Well, he's not really the goal of this episode, but I kind of want to get payback from the night vision episode for sure. I've got another need zone here, and this is also for blacktail. So this is between 0 and 4, which is obviously before us. So I've actually been following the tracks from the need zone that we were over here all the way up, and I'm actually making my way towards this lookout point. And I figured we might be able to find the blacktail in between that time, because it was like 12 and 16 and now 0 to 4. So there has to be a need zone somewhere that is in the time zone that we are in right now, which is 7. And there we go. We just got a mating call from a female blacktail approximately 180 to 260 yards away. So we should be able to go ahead and use our caller and get him to come in. Now, she is a little bit further than the calling range is on the bleat. We'll be able to go ahead and get closer. But what's nice about this is now I know that I should be crouching and not running. So if you're playing the game and you're struggling to find animals, stop running. Just walk everywhere, and as soon as you get a warning call or a mating call, start crouch walking and use callers if you got them. And just always constantly be using your binoculars looking. And if you have the sighting stuff turned on, like the scope outlines and things in the examine tracks, you will be able to see outlines even if they're behind rocks and things, which can be incredibly helpful if you are new to the game. It looks like our wind is blowing towards where the mating call came from, so we're going to go ahead and apply a little bit of scent eliminator. And the forest in front of us is very, very dense, and it's going to be very difficult to see anything. I was hoping that maybe being up on this rock here would help us get a bit of a visual, but I've been calling and nothing's coming, so either they're laying down or they're traveling in the opposite direction. Oh, or they're very close and I just didn't see them or hear them because the wind is so loud. So she's alarmed, which is not good. Hopefully we can get in some better cover. Is she alone? That's the real question. I fell back into a pine tree and she's still alert and she's in traveling mode. So I don't know if we're going to be able to call her back in. And I don't know if she's alone. It's very difficult to see anything because of how dense this foliage is. But I'm not seeing anything else coming in. Now, a lot of times the bigger bucks and stuff, they will hang back, especially if there's an alerted female. And they're not the first ones to come into a call. Usually the females are. You've seen that when we've done calling in the fields and things. It's really easy to get the females to come in, but the males, they won't even touch it, which can be incredibly frustrating sometimes. I wouldn't have any problem taking her if I knew she was alone, and she was alone in the need zone. But sometimes when you take females, when doing herd management, you can destroy the herd and they won't respawn properly. Which I don't care too much about blacktails, but I would like to keep my zones intact as much as possible. Whoa, that was weird. right, we knocked her down. It looks like we're getting a call from a coyote as well. So we'll go ahead and do a call for that. I think that was a warning call. Well, let's see what we got on her. Hey, we got a heart shot. All right, I'm starting to get a little bit better with the bow, and it looks like we got 921 cash from her, which is fantastic. And
great. This will help a lot with Hope's winter stock.
we got one of the blacktails down for Hope's stock of his food. And there is our coyote. So if we can take out our 22 Hornet here, we should be able to get a good shot on this guy if he wants to go broadside for us here. Oh, but he's going to take off. Of course he is. Just like coyotes, man. So I've gone completely prone and still calling him in. He looks like he's coming a little bit closer now. Maybe too close if I can't get a good shot on him. He's probably going to come right behind this rock and we're not even going to be able to see him. I want to give another call because it'll be too close then. We just wait and be patient. Now, because I'm completely prone in this bush, he shouldn't be able to see us or sense us. The wind is so loud I can barely hear anything. He's over there somewhere. Don't dare move, though. I'm going to throw out another call. I think he's moving behind us. Oh, there's another blacktail, though. That's interesting. Well, now I'm hesitant if I want to take this fox or not. Or coyote. Keep calling them foxes. They're pretty small coyotes. But I can't tell if he's getting closer or further away. He's still there, so I was barely taking any footsteps. And he's still chilling over there. I don't think he's going to come any closer, and because he's up on that ridge, I'm not going to be able to see him. I might be able to crawl over to him. Oh, he was right there. Oh, he is right there. And now he's gone. Ah, that pesky coyote, man. Ah, we'll forget about him. Let's try and see if we can't call these blacktail in then. What do I hear? Oh, it's a bear. And something else as well. It's like right there. Where is it? Like, it's got to be a deer, right? What the heck? Oh, there it is. I was like, it's so close. Hello. Are we just going to take a bunch of deer today? Females, I mean. Oh, dang it. Okay, I hear a bunch more footsteps, so she wasn't alone. She has friends. Are they all going to flee in the same direction, though? That's the question. Is that bear still hanging out? This is wild. There's some wild stuff going on right now. Oh my gosh, it's a male. It scared me so hard I nearly jumped out of my skin. There he is. Oh, it's a little baby. Oh, wowee, Junior. Holy crud. That's not what I want. I got my slugs ready. Of course, he's behind the stinking rock. That's good. At least I know there's a buck then. Oh, okay. Now the bear's mad at me. I feel like there's more than one over here. There definitely is. There's a lot of them. I have no cover. Like a crazy stealth mission. Oh, it's a herd of elk. Oh, that's crazy. It looks like my blacktail fled. It's kind of frustrating. Dude, there's so many animals in here. Is there any males? Oh, they're going behind me now? What is that? Oh, it's that stinking black-tailed doe again. Can we get up on this rock? That would be amazing. Oh my gosh. This would be the coolest shot ever if I could actually pull this off. Oh no, she fleed. Oh, that's frustrating. Guys, this is a really crazy hunting experience. Being in these mountains with this really dense brush, there's so many animals wandering around. And because of all the brush, I'm able to hide very well. Of course, I'm only getting these females to come in. But like, literally everywhere I turn, there are just deer and elk and bear and coyotes. I love it. It's crazy. Normally, I don't like to take does because I like to take the bucks, but because of this mission, I think it'll be okay. We were just trying to get some meat anyway. But I can't get this one to come into view, and there's a bunch more around. You can hear them. Don't know where they are. I should be, like, completely invisible. I can barely see out of this tree. They're giving me warning calls, but they're not so scared as to completely run away. I don't even know where that one was. But they are definitely, like, angry that I'm here. Now, there's a perk that does allow you to shoot from prone with a bow, but I don't have it. What was that? She, like, teleported. Oh, well, maybe we can call her back in. So I was trying to get that doe to come back in, and she wasn't coming in. And then I found her tracks, and I started following it, and I came across a male's tracks with her. So now I'm following those, trying to catch up to them. Now, this area is definitely the type of area that I like to hunt in real life. Nice, dense pine vegetation. Normally, though, I put, like, a tree stand up in one of these trees in the middle here, and I would sit and wait for them to come in calling. Unfortunately, I don't have a tree stand on me right now, and putting the tree stands up scares animals. But I was hoping I would maybe find a need zone or two. Unfortunately, so far I haven't found any, so this must be a really big traveling zone. But I think if I follow these tracks for long enough, I will come across the need zone. I actually caught up with that buck, and he's right in front of us. Boom. Hopefully that was a good shot. I don't know how far away he was, but I think he was a pretty good distance. Oh, and we got him. Oh, we nailed him. Oh, wow, that was such a cool experience to be able to stalk that deer with his tracks and then finally catch up to him and call him in and nail him just like that with the bow. Oh, that was wild. And we got a great shot on him, too. Hopefully it wasn't a spine shot. Now we got a vital organ hit. Oh, that's awesome. Now, that doe is around here, too, but I'm going to let her go because I just want to get this buck. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, let's take a look at this guy here. It looks like I shot him a little high there. A little tiny rack. Not too bad. I love that the arrow's sticking out of him there. That's so cool. It was a silver, and we went right through the scapula into the right lung. That's kind of crazy that we went across to the other lung instead of in the front lung there. That is so cool. Oh, that was such a cool hunt to have him be followed by his tracks and then be able to call him in. That was amazing. And we're right here down by the lake. I'm going to go check the lake out and see if there's anything there and then head up towards this lookout point. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, that's so cool. There's some hiking cabins here, it looks like. What's a lot of lumber. That's kind of crazy. That was a cool shot, though, coming out of the woods and the fog and then having this cabin be here. Oh, I wonder what do these say? Oh, interesting. They're like tagged. Oh, I wonder if that's because you have to tag lumber that's on like state land and stuff. Looks like the cabins are pretty empty. It looks like we got a landmark here. What is this? High Lake Mountain Lake. High Lake Mountain Lake. That's funny. 1,000 meters or 3,280 feet above sea level, this little lake is tucked away among spruce trees and borders Topeka Highs to the north. Lake Dictra's second cabin village can be found close by. Yeah, that's where we are right now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is kind of like in a big old mountain valley thing. That's neat. I really enjoy those different landmark things. Definitely immerses you into the world a little bit more. So even though it's basically midday, there doesn't appear to be anything drinking down by this lake, which is kind of surprising. I would have figured there would have been a lot of different animals drinking down here, but I don't see anything at all. Yeah, nothing. I don't even see any tracks. I mean, I saw some tracks leading up to here, and there was a doe that walked by, but that's it. That's actually really shocking. This is a really pretty lake, though. This would be great for fishing, I bet. Well, it looks like I'm finally going to be able to use my rifle here. Harvest a couple of these mallards. I don't know if I can get one in the air or not. That'd be pretty cool, though. No, they're too fast. Now, obviously, this is not really how I like to harvest ducks, but I'm just itching to try out this 22 Hornet, and we were able to go ahead and take a mallard. I'm interested to see what kind of shot that was, because I'm not used to the zeroing on this rifle yet. And of course, I totally forgot that I have my retriever with me, and I walked all the way here. Oh, this is actually a gold piebald mallard. Are you kidding me? And I got a perfect lung shot? What? That's absolutely crazy. That's insane. That was such an accidental thing. Okay, well, of course we're going to taxidermize that. That's just too cool. That's amazing. Guys, I just spooked this huge blacktail buck. Hopefully I can call him back in, but he looks like he's traveling somewhere else. Although I did find a need zone right here in front of me, but he's a lot further out. So I just got a mating call from a blacktail, and there's actually a whole herd of them right here. There's 3 bucks right there, with the biggest one being this one in the front, and then there's a doe. You can barely see her through the trees, and then there's another buck right there. He actually has the biggest or best looking antlers in my opinion, but we're gonna take this guy because he's the highest of the 3, or the 4 I should say. Okay, so we're about 100 yards away right now, and the buck that I want is perfectly broadside for us, so we're just gonna aim right there, the 16 gauge, and that should hopefully take that guy out nice and quickly. And it did. He's already down. Let's go ahead and get our 3rd and final buck for Hope. Here's our blood trail, and here is our buck. Look at those little itty bitty tines. He's so cute. Here's a silver, 1,073 cash, not bad. A distance of 89 yards, which is pretty decent, and that was a perfect lung shot. There's nothing more that can be said about that. That is crazy.
Well, that should do it. Hope should have enough to make it through the season as long as we have no more incidents. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. And I hope that does be enough to hold him over. It looks like we got an elk laying down over there and some other ones hanging out as well. He's very angry with me right now. But unfortunately, that is going to have to be the end of the episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this episode was a little bit weird and it was different than the other ones. I'll try to make another one that's a little bit better for Wednesday. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit to get used to this new Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream this week, but I will try my best trying to get all the stream stuff set up. I'm used to Twitch, and YouTube is a little bit different, so it's taking me a little bit to learn that. And with the power outages and the snowstorm that I'm dealing with, it's been kind of hectic around here, and it's been really hard to record an episode. I'm also working on trying to record some other special videos as well as some interesting YouTube shorts surrounded by the Hunter Call of the Wild. As always, may the Lord bless you and your loved ones as he has blessed me and mine. And I will see you guys in the next episode of the Hunter Call of the Wild.